A very good evening. Once again, thank you for joining us for the 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. With me, Wadulo Mark Arnold. So without further ado, let's get straight into the bulletin with our first story. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has met a group of travel journalists from Denmark at State House in Entebbe. The journalists have been in Uganda since 4th November 2023 and have managed to tour several tourist attractions like Kazinga Channel, national parks and water bodies. The journalists were led by Ambassador of Denmark to Uganda, His Excellency Seinwing Albajag, and the Ambassador of Uganda to Denmark, Her Excellency Margaret M. Oteskov. Let's have a look at the details.
During the meeting, President Yoweri Museveni informed the journalists that Uganda is a unique country which is naturally endowed with various tourist attractions. The president further noted that Uganda has a lot to offer as far as the tourism sector is concerned. He said Uganda has a good number of lakes, mountains, rivers, wildlife such as mountain gorillas, just to mention but a few.
And when you say Uganda is unique, it's really not an exaggeration, because that's what it is. There are only two other places on the globe, never mind about Africa, but on the whole globe, there are only two other places which are like Uganda. Here, you are in the northern hemisphere. If you go 5 kilometers from here, you go to the southern hemisphere. So Uganda is in both the northern and the southern hemisphere.
President Museveni also assured the delegation that if they want relaxation and comfort, Uganda was the only place to go. He also requested them to promote the country's tourism sector to the outside world. The Minister of State for Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, Martin Mahinduka Mugara, recognized the contribution of tourists from the Nordic countries, saying that they play a vital role in promoting Uganda's tourism. The state minister further called upon stakeholders to work together to see how best they can market Destination Uganda. His Excellency Oteskov informed President Museveni that as the embassy, they are ready to promote Uganda's uniqueness to the world.
Uganda has so many unique features and fantastic features that only Uganda can offer. And therefore, easily, Uganda should stand up in its own right.
On her part, Ambassador Oldberg told President Museveni that Denmark was willing to work with Uganda to promote the country's tourism sector.
Today we are really here to talk about an area that we would like to do more in. We've also heard you talk about tourism as one of your priority sectors. And my sister here, Margaret, she really wanted us to find a way to see if we can collaborate more on tourism. The state minister has also said we used to come a lot, but even though we used to come more than we did, we still think that there is potential to come and visit Uganda more. Danes are, and you know these Nordic people, we love to travel. We love to explore new things, we love to see the world, we love new experiences. So our aim with this delegation is really to see how we can get them to come here and explore here.
And in other news, the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, has welcomed a plan to promote school-to-school exchanges between Uganda's children and those of Japan. She was specifically happy for the program that will enable Nakasero Primary School to twin with a school in Japan.
Was meeting Ms. Fukuyo Nakamori, the chairperson of the Asia Pacific and African Women's Economic Exchange Association, and former member of the House of Representatives in Japan, who called on her at State House Nakasero.
It's amazing because I have been praying for our school, the school you visited today, Nakasero Primary School, because I wanted to have a way to restore it and to rehabilitate it, but I hadn't had a way to do it. And so it's amazing that God is a father and he has sent me, I think, a friend who can help me, I believe, to restore our school, the Nakasero Primary School.
The First Lady welcomed Miss Fukuyo Nakamori to Uganda and thanked her for bringing friendship from Japan to Uganda and having organized the first summit for the First Ladies of Asia Pacific and Africa that took place in Tokyo, Japan in November last year. Mrs. Museveni commended the Prime Minister, Right Honorable Robin Nabanja, for having ably represented Uganda at that summit and for opening up a relationship with Mrs. Nakamori and her agents, which she said is growing into a partnership and which she hopes will become permanent.
So really, I thank God and I trust that since He has brought you here, He will make sure this relationship thrives.
The Right Honorable Robin Nabanja thanked Mrs. Fukuyo Nakamori and the government of Japan for the summit that was organized to discuss food security, especially for the children, and the interventions made by the First Ladies to promote food security in their respective countries.
As I already informed you in my report, Ms. Fukuyo Nakamori and the government of Japan showed us great hospitality. And we are so grateful.
本日は日本とウガンダの子どもたちの学校間交流を進めるべくウガンダに参りました。今日は中セロ小学校に行かせていただきました。閣下がお選びになったとお聞きしております。素晴らしい子どもたちの目の輝きに圧倒されました。ぜひともこの学校間交流を成功させて、子どもたちの未来が子どもたち同士でつながっていくことを願ってやみません。
Ms. Fukuyo Nakamori visited Nakasero Primary School and will also visit Karamoja and Lamu to get an experience of a school in a rural setting and in a refugee settlement. Reporting for UBC, Baguma William.
Prime Minister Robin Nabanja has appealed to parents to dedicate time to nurturing their children instead of leaving the responsibility to teachers. Nabanja says that parents have abandoned their nurturing roles to teachers, which is affecting child upbringing.
Nabanja made the remarks while presiding over the 100th anniversary celebrations for Kamuli Church of Uganda Primary School in Kira Municipality, Wakiso District. The Premier said that given the nature of work in Uganda, parents are less concerned with nurturing children.
Omuzadde kikulu nnyo kubanga obudde obusinga omwana abeera n'omuzadde. Tusaba mukole omulimu gwammwe ogw'okuparentinga Katonda gwe yabawa. Ekyokubiri, abaana mbawe emmere ennungi ezimba omubiri. Gezaako nga bw'osobola. Kimanyi si byangu. Naye gezaako nga bw'okola ki?
The Kira Municipality Mayor Julius Mutebi briefed the Prime Minister that the people in his area have not yet benefited from parish development model because of big numbers. Mutebi says that 30 people are given 7 million shillings instead of the 1 million per household.
Yes. Yes.
Naye omuluka gwakireka ku ebiri ebyalo 17. Ebyalo ebyo 17 bisussa abantu emitwalo 18 mu muluka ogwo.
Ate sente zino si za buli muntu.
Ate mama
z'abaavu.
Mama nzija. Naye ku bantu emitwalo 17 n'obateekamu miliyoni 10 oba obatwalidde lutalo tolina kirala ky'oba obatwalidde. Obusente tubugabye naye butono nnyo okubaako ne kye bukyusa mu mbeera z'abantu okwekolamu omulimu. Tezirina ekyo kubuulira mazima maama.
While responding to concerns raised by the mayor, the Prime Minister assured the people of Kira Municipality that PDM target individual households and each beneficiary must get 1 million shillings, not less.
Lekati abantu 30 bawadde miliyoni 7. Then mwakyuse eno eri muzeeyi yalagira kirala. Ate sente zino tezigenda kukoma mwaka guno nedda leka kupapa. aba abantu 10,000 tujja batuukako kuba NRM ekyaliwo 2024 guno gwe tulimu 23 tugenda kubawa milioni 10 24 milioni 10 25 milioni 10 26 milioni 10 33 milioni 10 kuba NRM ekyaliwo leka kupapa kakana.
The Bishop of West Buganda Diocese, Right Reverend Henry Katumba Tamale, asked government to establish a position of chaplain in all government institutions to promote the motto of Uganda, for God and my country. Bishop Tamale says that government institutions have not valued the contribution of religion, yet education was pioneered by religious institutions.
Twandyagadde abasumba mu bitongole ebyo by'okwerinda mu magye mu poliisi mu bamakomera n'abalala bonna. These things used to be here in this country. Nga ne bw'otuuka ku ddwaliro wali ekkulu e Mulago osangawo waliwo ekereziya, waliwo omuzigiti, waliwo n'ekkanisa. Naye mpolampola tugenze tuseebengerera.
Kamali Church of Uganda Primary School was started in 1892 by the Anglican Church after Chisosonkole donated 10 acres of land for the church and the school. The school is currently government aided with 35 teachers on government payroll with an enrollment of 1,725 pupils.
The Katuikiro of Busoga Kingdom, Dr. Joseph Muvawala, says that come what may, the Chabazinga Wilberforce Gabula Nadiope IV will wed Jovia Mutesi on 18th next week. The strong statement comes amidst a letter addressed to the Archbishop, Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, restraining him from wedding the Chabazinga because he is already married. Today, the Katuikiro addressed a press conference on the kingdom's position on the letter and wedding in progress. A letter dated 8th November 2023 by Mugerwa and partners was received by the office of the Archbishop on 9th November 2023, requesting him not to wed the Chabazinga of Busoga, William Gabulana Diope, with Jovia Mutesi. The letter adds that the Chabazinga was already married to Alison Gabula in UK in 2016 and they have 2 children.
The kingdom has since contacted the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, who has confirmed receipt of the same and notes that although the said letter under para 2 makes reference to the marriage certificate as attached, Annexure A, none was supplied to the Archbishop, nor the Bishop of Busoga as alleged.
Addressing a press conference today, the Katukiro Joseph Muvawala refuted the allegations, saying the Chabazinga has never married and has no children.
For the record, His Majesty William Gabula Nadiope IV has never been married to anyone under the known forms of marriage in Uganda and elsewhere. Has never shared any children and is not a British citizen. And the purported Alison and Gabula is unknown to him and has never been married to His Majesty Gabula William Gabula Nadiope IV. There is no record for any marriage of His Majesty in the United Kingdom or anywhere else in the world. And the content of the said letter is subject to police investigations.
He said the act is aimed at tarnishing the kingdom's image and investigations are underway to apprehend the offenders. He says the kingdom has also lodged in serious investigations. He also said the kingdom is also ready to crush anyone antagonizing its development.
This is a moving train. Busoga is now a moving train. You come ahead of us, we will knock you. It doesn't matter who you are. Actually, the right word is that we will crush you. Titujja kuyikiriza Busoga okutuuka bwetuuse encrushing Busoga must fly. Busoga must fly.
The Katukiro today also received 51 million shillings from head teachers in Busoga region. UBC TV spoke to them about the malice and contribution.
Wano okwegaita ku Busoga yona ne ku Uganda okwebaza Katonda olwa maama waife era nga abakulu b'amasomero mu Busoga mwona district 12 tusituyire eitu lya Bukaire 5 na kalala lyetulese okugaita ku mbaga ya mwenemu. Tumaze twasiimanira taata waife Katwikiro wa Busoga n'omudaali gwe tumuwaire ogw'okumusiima okukumaakuma Busoga yona okubona nti tutuuse ku ikula lino n'okutukuumira baaba waife Kyabazinga wa Busoga.
The wedding is scheduled to take place next week on 18th at Christ Cathedral, Bugembe, and President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Yes, and President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is expected. The General Court Martial has dismissed 2 UPDF officers from the army after being convicted of acts of cowardice. The 2 officers include Major John Stephen Oluka, aged 58 years, and Major Zadok Abor, who is 49 years. The court sitting in Mogadishu, Somalia, was before its chairman, Brigadier General Freeman Robert Mugabe.
The convicted UPDF officers include 55-year-old Major John Stephen Oluka and Major Zodoko Obol, 49 years, that were found guilty on 1 count of cowards actions. However, Major John Stephen Oluka was found guilty of 2 counts of offences by a person in command when in action, contrary to Section 128(1)(b) of the UPDF Act of 2005. According to the evidence on court record, the 2 majors on 25th May 2023, while in Borom Forward Operating Base 4, as officers commanding infantry campaigns, received the intelligence brief from the intelligence officer commander over an attack from Al-Shabaab. However, the officers failed to plan and deter the attack accordingly. Because of cowards' actions, a number of soldiers and equipments were lost.
While we are serving our country, standing operating procedures, rules of engagement, and other guidance that is put in place should be strictly observed. The commanders, of course, should be selected according to command capabilities, and even commanders should be able to train with their soldiers so that they can build the cohesion and teamwork while in the mission area.
After listening to both sides' submissions, the chairman of the military court martial, Brigadier General Freeman Robert Mugabe, in sentencing the 2, dismissed them from the defense forces.
You are sentenced to dismissal from the defense forces. You have the right of appeal within 14 days if you are not satisfied with the decision of this court. In so rule.
According to the UPDF Act of 2005, under Section 120(1)(a) and Section 128(1)(b), the maximum sentence for the above offences carries a death penalty or life imprisonment. Meanwhile, the same court has convicted and sentenced the 4 non-commissioned officers of offences of failure to protect war materials.
Failure to protect war materials include losing arms and ammunition, illegal possession of ammunition, failure to do any act necessary to protect arms and ammunition, among others.
In sentencing them, court handed Okot Alex Anyata a punishment of 16 years, 7 months and 2 days in prison, coupled to Inemaz Hagai, 22 years, 9 months and 24 days imprisonment, Sergeant Obey Leonard, 17 years, 6 months and 19 days imprisonment, and Sergeant Kakoza William, aged 55 years, a sentence of 10 months and 18 days in prison. Deborah Namamonde, Ivan Juko, UBC News.
School-going children have been urged to embrace science subjects if they are to excel in the new technology era. This was communicated by the State Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga, while speaking to students of Karambi Senior Secondary School in Bukonzo County West, Kasese District. This was during their Career Guidance Day and inaugural Paddy Kawagambi Memorial Lecture. The founder of the school details in this report.
The minister said that most of the developed countries in the world are because of new innovations in technology. He encouraged the learners to focus mostly on sciences that would fetch them good jobs in future.
That's why we have introduced ICT in schools, right away from primary section, so that children can be digital. And that's why I'm saying, please don't punish children if they are dealing with gadgets. You only control them. You should only do what? Control them. But this issue of punishing them, they will remain analog.
The minister used this same platform to assure Senior 6 candidates in schools neighboring the DRC of security as they sit for their exams on Monday.
Security is guaranteed. Exams have been going on now for close to 2 months. And you have seen there is no problem. So let children go and sit the exams. We have assured we secure the institutions where they are sitting exams from. Schools, hospitals, the health centers are our priority now. So let there be no cause for alarm.
Dr. Rose Muhindo Kawagambi, Senior Lecturer at Mbarara University of Sciences and Technology, encouraged students to always plan for their future through doing the right things.
Good time management is another important life skills. So you realize also that if you woke up and you did not have a plan for the day, you're just going to do anything, okay? But if you had a to-do list, for example, you said today I have a lesson maybe from 9 to 11, and then thereafter maybe we have a lunch break or a tea break, then thereafter I have an assignment that I did not do, so I want to do it, so that by the time the day ends, you have been able to go through some things that you had planned to do, and in that case you're going to achieve a lot. So you plan for every day and you allocate time for everything. It will actually help you to strike a balance.
The head teacher, Karambi Senior Secondary School, Mr. Baloku Semisongo, noted that although they are promoting ICT among students, they still lack tools to use.
For example, like this year in Senior 6 we have 80 candidates for ICT. We have to register them on 2 papers, 2 practical papers. And when it comes to the exams, we even have to go to some other schools and ask for assistance, borrow a few computers. This year, next year will be worse for us because Senior 5 today has 130 offering computer studies. You see, when they put this condition of having either computer or mathematics, most of the students take on ICT, and it's a very big dilemma.
The Islamic University in Uganda has been commended for its academic efforts to avail its staff and facilities to assist medical students who could not complete their programs from various universities in Sudan due to the ongoing civil war in the country.
Prince Kasumna Chibingembuga Kakunguru, who was the guest of honor at the 23rd admission ceremony of the Islamic University in Uganda, held at Ayuhayu Kampala campus, has challenged scholars across the globe to continue emphasizing the research agenda in order to come up with better solutions for the threats affecting humanity.
Actions of governments, international organizations, universities, NGOs, and creative individuals. I would like to challenge IUIU to be a proactive player, like you said, by focusing on the future. Be the leader. Let your academic programs, research and agenda, and community engagement initiative be relevant for the future.
Prince Kasim says there is a need for collaborative actions of government, international organs, universities, and creative individuals to provide solutions to the threats of new and re-emerging diseases, including environmental destruction.
In the years to come, humanity will be more challenged by collective problems than individual survival demands. The future generation will be more concerned with issues such as the threat of new and emerging diseases, environment destruction, high unemployment rates, and unintended dangers of information technology.
Professor Ismail Simbwa Jagenda, Director IUIU, thanked government for the continuous support to the university. He has also expressed the institution's capabilities and readiness to welcome students from Sudan to come and complete their studies due to internal instabilities in their country.
As the International University of Africa and Al-Farabi University of Science and Technology, we have signed an agreement with them for some of their students who were about to complete to come as exchange students and complete their degrees here. This is an arrangement that we have done with these two universities, and those students will go through their representatives who are here in Kampala so that they can join and complete their studies.
Robert Katamba, UBC News.
By your presence.
Uganda National Chamber of Commerce has also organized elections for Arua City branch leadership. This is after the first attempt to conduct elections last Wednesday flopped due to disagreements among the contesting camps. Let's have a look at the details.
On the first attempt, Arua City Commercial Officer Jobel Aiko distanced himself from conducting elections for new chamber leaders of Arua City after two different leadership groups emerged to claim daily running of chamber activities in the city. This caused the Arua City Deputy Resident City Commissioner Ham Ezama to stop the electoral process until National Chamber Secretariat resolves the matter. Upon clarification by Uganda National Chamber of Commerce and Industries Secretariat, headed by Olive Chigongo, the new electoral process was given a green light and is scheduled for Monday next week at Heritage Courts Hotel.
As a process, we have already displayed the voters register, which consists of 220 members who are eligible to vote. We'll go by the register, which was issued to me by the office of the Resident City Commissioner, which came direct from the President Chamber of Commerce at national level. We'll follow the guidelines as communicated.
Police are swung in to ensure peaceful elections on that day. Two candidates have shown interest in the position of chairperson for Chamber Arua City branch.
We will ensure that the policies the government is generating in Parliament concerning business has our input, whether in the Parliament of Uganda or in the local councils around. We are going to lobby for projects, grants, business opportunities with other chambers all over the world. You know, as you do business, you may conflict, may have issues with URA, you may get problems with NSSF. So when we get to problems of that nature, that committee of chamber will also resolve it.
However, one of them is not satisfied with the current electoral decision.
How would you only put a notice in the division of Arua's central division, and more so you hide it? It's not in the public notice board. You put it on the doors of the RCC. 2 days to the election, and you think you have communicated? Absolutely no. The Uganda National Chamber of Commerce Secretariat should realize that it is failing in its mandate. The office of RCC is not partial. We already know he has interest in the results of these elections. And therefore, he is also another reason we will not participate in this election.
Meanwhile, the outgoing Arua City Chamber Chairman, Jackson Atima, urges electorates in the Chamber Electoral College to vote responsibly so that good leaders are got.
I am ready to join them in electing the new leadership, and I am ready to hand over Chamber to the new leadership.
Joseph Odama, UBC News.
Jovia ng'oyolekera ku lugendo luno olw'obulamu nkuwa ekirabo eky'amaanyi agataziizibwa, amaanyi okulabibwa n'okuwulirwa mu mawanga ag'ewala ennyo okutuuka buli wamu nga yadde togenzeeyo. Ensi yonna ng'ekuli mu ngalo. Okutambula mu biseera n'okumanya buli kimu ekirina okumanyibwa. Jovia, kino kye kirabo kyange gy'oli.
Tewali kkubo ku ki gy'osobola okukola ku mukutu nnandameggwa ogwa MTN.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Are you passionate about a healthy living and wealth generation for your household? Learn how you can easily tap wealth and health from Mother Nature using science and technology. Omukenkufu Nyanzi Julius Echuma Chiwagala Chuma has written a knowledge-packed book, Money Grows on Trees, Sente Zimera Committee. Grab your copy today at 20,000 shillings only at Prof Bio Research Equatorial Mall, Aristoc Booklex branches, Acacia Mall, Garden City, Kampala Road, and Jumia, Uganda. Or call 0703 152 152 for deliveries. Remember, Money Grows on Trees, Sente Zimera Committee book is autographed by Omukenkufu Nyanzi Julius himself.
Lagos.
African Airline Association, in conjunction with Uganda Airlines, presents the 55th AFRA Annual General Assembly between the 19th and 21st November 2023 at Speak Resort Hotel, Munyonyo, in the heart of Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. In attendance will be 500 high-profile African and global aviation leaders, 40 airline CEOs making strides to transform aviation for development. The 55th AFRA AGA is proudly powered by
era tutukanga olw'omuntu nti nigasita ndala mukaaga itaano sita isatu ash onige yes
ngawo bakubuuza
nga bamubuuza machanti code nga tumukoba atamu nsanvu emirundi esatu olumalirizawo ng'atamu esente dali kuwayo kumbaga ya mwenemu saawa eneyo nga kyabazinga amwebaza nga tweyongere kai tujja mu kyalo ekindi
ekikoba embaga olunawa luti nga mwira
tulijja kumala kai tweyongere emyezi mukaaga nga tukasomesa abantu momope
baba embaga ya mwenemu eriyo nga 18 kai emyezi omukaaga gyoli kwongeramu ojaji
oyidine bya momope abantu yembite yona bandeta momo ono bibali kumpaka ne bya momope abidi kyama kupikipiki ojo bisomesa
muleke musoniwe tyamaja
baba tuka bulungi
simbulembalasi asumulude
momo nyabo.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cash back every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. We now delve into more news. And the Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Diana Atwine, has highlighted the continuous need to support maternal and child health care in the country in order to reduce mortality. Dr. Atwine made these remarks while receiving a donation worth 270 million shillings from Rotary International towards boosting maternal and child health service delivery. The assorted consignment will be delivered in 8 health facilities across 6 districts.
In this particular consignment of equipment, we have delivery equipment, we have sterilizers, we have incubators. As you know, though we have made progress in reducing maternal mortality, infant mortality, under 5 mortality, and neonatal mortality, we still lose many. We have not yet reached where we want. All this help is necessary, it is relevant, and it is urgently needed to save lives. The incubators, as you know, especially the facilities they have really identified, these are rural facilities. Kalangala Health Center 4, Chamuswa Health Center 4, Namwiwa Health Center 4, Nawaikoke Health Center 3, Bubulo Health Center 4, St. Monica Birongo Health Center 3, and many other.
For example, you see we have dispatched oxygen cylinders. We lose so many children to issues of pneumonia. We have bought sterilizing machines, which will be helping in ensuring that the environment in which our children are born is hygienic. It will also, we also intend to train the health workers, because if they are trained, then it will help them to deliver services to the mothers in an informed manner.
Just 2 days ago, we have another grant that has been approved of about $245,000 that will be supplying similar equipment to 76 health centers in about 7 districts.
For a data bank for all equipment that we supply and where it is, and twice a year our technicians go around to provide maintenance.
As we count down hours to USCE examinations that are officially commencing on Monday next week, schools continue to prepare students for the exercise. Briefing for Senior 6 candidates was held yesterday countrywide as students, teachers, parents and invigilators were cautioned against examination malpractices.
10,000 candidates were registered by UNEP to sit for this year's USCE exams from over 2,000 centers. Various school administrations confirmed that they have fully prepared candidates and given all the necessary skills enable them excel in the forthcoming exams. Chitebi Secondary School, located in Luaga Division in Kampala, is counted among the schools that have done their part.
Thank the Lord who has enabled us to conduct it successfully, and we are very happy that our students have committed to do their best to see that they represent us ably and very well, both in terms of academics and in terms of the social life.
Kamrege adds that apart from formal teaching, they also equip students with moral values that will help them succeed in life after school.
We train the values, we tell the children the character, we tell them the behavior, and that definitely speaks volumes in relation to one of the quotes that was made by one of the educated person in this world and said good qualification can take you to any office, but character will keep you there. We're sure we have lived up to that.
Some of the candidates had this to say about their preparations.
Books, you're prepared, and we are happy that we are going to leave this school life and go for another life, outside life. So we are more than ready for the Monday papers. And we are also ready to handle that outside life, because We've got many advisors from people, from different people. So we are ready.
We are ready to represent the school as candidates, and as I, Kaneza, I'm ready and I'm sure that I'm going to write down whatever the content is needed, and I'm going to prove that I'm really a candidate featuring to be at the university next year, because I have my future goals and perspective to follow.
I have prepared myself in such a way that even if my education qualification that does not show me how to go through the process, but what I know that I have a developing mind. Any person with a developing mind can make it.
Over 200 candidates were registered to sit for UNEB this year at Kitebi Secondary School. Jamilu Sekaja compiled this report for UBC News.
A total of 100 companies in East African region have received East African Quality Brand Awards in different categories. The event, which was held in Kampala, recognized brands and encouraged quality improvement in both manufacturing and service sectors.
Different companies within the East African region have been awarded for their outstanding brand for the best consumer choice. The East African Brand Quality Awards recognizes brands' impact and encourage quality improvements in both manufacturing as well as service sectors in the East African region.
It has been quite a long journey growing these brands and growing the market. This award means a lot to us, and it is a significant milestone in terms of the quality of our brands. The efforts that we have put behind the brands, and the fact that they have been voted across the East Africa countries. It means our presence and our quality is being appreciated by our clients.
In the education and service delivery categories, Isbat University was awarded for the best East African chartered university and the best technology university in the region, while Prof Bioresearch scooped an award for the best innovative and research institution.
So we are very glad that Isbat University has won 2 awards. The best private chartered university in East Africa and the best technology university in East Africa. We are committed in empowering the lives of East Africa, and we are committed to empower the lives of Africa. This is just because of the reason we believe education can empower lives.
So I've showed the whole world that we can tap value and the country can be pushed into economic development, what I term as the money economy, by using our local available plant resources. For example, eucalyptus, we harvest the leaves and we add value to the leaves and we get oil.
The awards also recognize the organization for the best testing, inspection and certification agencies and the best preferred noodle brand in the region, where Bureau Veritas and Salim Wazaran Kenya Limited scooped the awards.
We are more than honored to receive this award as the best certification, testing and inspection certification company in East Africa. We are so honored and very grateful to the East African Brands, the East African Brands Quality Awards, and it's we are filled with gratitude to see that we have this award brought home.
It's not just a coincidence, but Indomie believes in quality. We do not compromise on quality, and that is why we are Indomie. Actually, I think 2 years ago, Indomie was picked to be number 7 most picked product in the world, Indomie noodles. So it is a product that we sell with a lot of zeal because the quality is uncompromised.
People's Choice Awards for the best body care products and cosmetics, best in toilet cleaner and best quality product in the region was scooped by Jake.
Well, it means a lot because the East Africans have actually given us a vote of thanks. They have recognized the extra powers that are put in production of the quality brand.
Sada Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.
And now we delve into the world of business. Efforts to link Ugandan products to lucrative export markets by PASAID continue to yield fruit, evidenced by 2 new MOUs that have been signed this week. One will see various vegetable and fruit associations collectively bulk their produce at Uganda Free Zone Authority's facility in Entebbe to be screened for export, and the other intends to reduce the cost of setting up coffee roasters and grinders amongst local players to motivate value addition. Let's have a detailed report where I met the team. Consortium of Hotexa, UFEPA and Hortifresh has been formed to leverage this MOU with PASAID in facilitating collective exports of fruits and vegetables to the Balkans and Serbian markets in Europe.
PASAID, under the leadership of the President, who we met yesterday as teams, agreed to support this partnership to ensure that they do some work, as they'll explain in Entebbe, do the sorting, do the handling, do the collection, do the testing, and ship to the market.
The infrastructure that are going to be built at the airport include also laboratories to check. So also we are training, we are working with the ministry, we are training our members, we are training the sector on the better use, safe use of pesticides.
Once cleared, both the dry and fresh products are projected to take 2 days to reach their destination through shipping and air through Mombasa, from Entebbe International Airport to Eastern Europe.
Why we decided to split fresh from dry? Because the logistics are different, the concept of approaching that, this is why. I'm committed, Yugo Invest is committed to that part. It takes over the full responsibility to do it.
The other MOU will see a Serbian investor, Boris, contracted to lease and assemble coffee roasting and grinding machinery to various local businesses here in Uganda to aid value addition of the famous Ugandan coffee breeds.
My company and my partnership company, we do in the region of the former Yugoslavia almost 35,000 tons per year of roasted coffee. That is almost 45,000 tons of green coffees.
So if you go to a restaurant or a coffee shop, you see that there is an espresso machine with a grinder. So typically today, if you're setting up a small coffee shop, you have to import these machines. By the time they land and you pay the 60% duty, that investment cost is about $6,000 to be able to produce the coffee. And as a result, the coffee shop decides to go and sell a cup of coffee at almost 10,000 shillings, right? Because it has to recoup its investment. But now the opportunity is, instead of importing the full machine here, that these machines arrive in different parts and they're assembled in Uganda in this duty-free zone, which now potentially means that access to this equipment is no longer $6,000, it's almost like $2,000.
The MOUs will run till 2028 but are open for extension depending on their performance in this run. Wadulo Makanold for UBC News in Naguru, Kampala. Garbage truck drivers have given KCCA an ultimatum of 1 month to work on the roads within the dumping site in Chitezi along the Chitezi-Gayaza Road. Now this follows a long-time plea from the drivers who work on this road, which they say is putting their lives at stake. Details in this report.
The ongoing rainy season has damaged many roads around Kampala, leaving some impassable. The road within Chitezi dumping site is one of the most affected roads, with garbage truck drivers saying it's putting their lives at risk.
Okulumwa kwa amaanyi nze ne badriver bannange tembeera gye tuyitamu mu kiseera ky'enkuba nga kino etuyisa bubi olw'okuba nti omuntu bw'ova eri ng'oleeta motoka kati wali baasimawo omwala naye okukulosinga omwala okujja okugumalako obumazi ogenda okutuuka okugumalako ng'amafuta g'okozeseza mangi waliwo ebinnya.
The drivers say KCCA has for a long time promised to work on this road, but nothing has been done to date. They have now given KCCA and whoever is concerned an ultimatum of 1 month within which to have worked on this road or else lay down their tools.
If this is not addressed in November, it's weeks now. I think 3 weeks now from today, we are going to do that. Shall pick garbage, because we want to do business. Pick garbage from a client, keep our business, and dump it elsewhere.
We will want to send them kubo. Bana jake sisi yo manyi etereza abantu. What you want to send?
At the moment, the trucks are stranded at the dumping site in fear of maneuvering the slippery road.
So singa baba wateredde basobola nga tubayonja ensaba gavumenti ejje tulwanire tulabika okubanga we tuyiwa ebisaaniko nga wagenda mangu.
As you can see, it is totally muddy. People are facing challenges to dump garbage. People say that they've given KCC and government at large a time limit of 1 month, and that is the end of November, to accomplish this. Otherwise, it's going to be a war between KCC and the people responsible to dump garbage right here. Now they've called upon government and stakeholders to work on this. Otherwise, they're ready to dump garbage anywhere around Kampala. I am Irene Faith Nantongo, reporting from Chitezi for UBC News.
Thank you very much, Irene Faith. Now Breweries Limited, in partnership with Queen District Leadership, has commissioned a multi-billion barley drying facility with intention to boost beer production and promote agriculture, not only in Queen District, but the whole of Sebei sub-region. Speaking during the commissioning of the facility, the Managing Director, Nile Breweries Limited, Adu Rando, explained that the facility also will set to provide ready market for barley, hence improving the livelihood of the farmers that engage in barley farming.
Cool weather condition that favors the growth of barley, a raw material for beer production. Over 60% of residents in Sebei sub-region engage in barley farming. This has prompted Nile Breweries Limited to establish a drying facility in the region to save farmers from incurring transport costs to Jinja, where further production stages are conducted.
So she'll be proud, right?
The facility, according to Mr. Adu, will relieve the company of money that was being spent on importing raw materials, hence increase on beer production and improve livelihoods of barley farmers in the region.
3 years ago, we weren't able to source 100% of the barley that we needed for beer within Uganda. But through the amazing work of our agricultural team and the development that we've been making with the local farmers in terms of training, skilling, digitally including, giving access to finance, over the last 5 years we tripled the amount of barley that has been produced.
The Senior Agriculture Officer, Queen District Kulan Eliza Leonard, commended Nile Breweries for the extension of this drying facility, saying it will curb the losses that farmers have been incurring due to poor weather conditions.
It's a facility that is very, very important because, you know, we have a lot of vagaries of weather here, as you see it now. So during harvest is always farmers incur a lot of losses due to rains. So now, from the time when this facility is going to function, at least the losses due to drying is actually going to reduce so much.
This drying facility is set to help Nile Breweries Limited source for enough barley for beer production, in addition to value addition to their crop.
The biggest challenge that the farmers have been facing was the moisture content, drying. So with the dryer here, I am very sure the production of right now, as we talked, has already gone high. It is moving towards 90% of the total population here growing barley. Because the soils are good, the people of Rukwen and the Sebei region in general are hardworking. There is production.
And as the Nyege Nyege Festival Day 2 took shape, a number of traders at the site expressed dissatisfaction with the unexpected low sales. We have details on this report also.
Echo in the business community that invested in Nyege Nyege, the Intercontinental Musical and Cultural Festival. Stakeholders decry the downturn of sales, falling short of their initial investment. The sales have been really slow. Thursday was slow, Friday was better than Thursday but still slow. According to what we had planned, we imagined, the sales are still slow.
kyenyinza okugamba saawa eno nti ndi muloosi njereere kabisa. Lwaki? Ensonga eyo evudde ku bategesi. Entegeka gye batutegeseemu mbi nnyo, kuba main stages izo nezisingawo twadde tusuubira ffenna we tuyinza okufunira ku ssente bazidire ne bazaawula. Kati tebafudde kufa abasasudde ssente ntono ne bafa nnyo ku bali abasasudde ki ssente nnyingi. Kitegeeza nze ali mu bizinensi eno mba nkoze loosi, kuba ekkubo lye tukozesa liririmu naye bayitamu buyisi nga bagenda ku main stage weeri. Whereby nze mba ndekeddwa emabega ate nga nange nazasudde kola ki nazasudde kufuna.
Meanwhile, revelers from worldwide celebrate the vibrancy of the festival.
Probably the greatest showcase of contemporary African music today in the world. It showcases over 300 artists across 7 stages and artists from all over the continent and all over the region. And in terms of party, everybody knows that Uganda is, Kampala is the party capital of the world. So when Kampala turns up, Nairobi turns up, it makes a crazy party. And that's 4 days. I think what makes it also really special is that directly intertwined in the economy. This is all in work with the local community. So the benefits, they go beyond just having a good time.
One big strength of the festival is that it's so big mix, like it's traditional music and it's also like very experimental, and it's like after each other it's like this, and this I like so much.
People are very happy, very welcoming, and the general vibe is really beautiful. I really love it.
Low sales. The buyers on the same hand complain of high commodity prices that have almost tripled the usual prices. Marion Awori for UBC.
Yes, and that brings us to the end of our 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. Thank you for being a lovely audience. With me, Wadulo Mark Arnold. Do stay tuned for more programming coming your way. Have yourselves a lovely night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
West Nile Education Trust Fund announces the 4th annual fundraising dinner to be hosted in Kampala at Kampala Parents Main Hall on Saturday, the 2nd of December 2023, starting at 4 p.m. The Trust Fund targets to support brilliant but needy students from West Nile region to join public universities to study selected professional courses. The fund is currently supporting 28 students in the different public universities across the country. The West Nile Education Trust Fund calls upon all education-loving individuals, corporations, organizations and all well-wishers and associates of West Nile to support this initiative. Tickets are on sale at 100,000 Ugandan shillings per person, 180,000 shillings for a couple, and a corporate table of 6 persons costs 1 million Ugandan shillings. For more information, you can contact Mr. Charles Rakabo on 0772 603 162, Mr. Robert Ejiku on 0772 522 619, and Ms. Carol Andama on 0772 760 210.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
About something beautiful. Big picture,
Teckningssten. Helt fantastiskt.
كاترينا قام. هاي خلاص كله خلصوا مستنيينك يا باشمهندس.